Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to go over a little bit about the pregnancies of the horses on the farm. For those who don't know, that I am actually a small Clydesdale breeder up in Vermont, and I have two mares pregnant this year. One is Bailey with Striker, and the other one is Vivian, who's actually her first daughter behind me. Horses' pregnancies are unlike a lot of different animals or people in general, because they have a range of dates that they are considered the safe zone. Unlike other animals where there's very finite timing, horses have a tendency to do what they want. It's one reason why they're not so fun to deal with. That safe zone is 320 days to 300 and something, 400 honestly, days. They have to hit at least 320, or else it's more considered an aborted fetus than it is a delivery. However, they can kind of go for a long time after. There can be some complications, but some mares seem to develop their babies just a little bit slower, and it's pretty safe and not uncommon to hear about them in the 400 range of days post ovulation. So although I don't know the exact day count that these two mares are at, I do know the day count of when they were bred. And then I'm able to add in 320 to 360 days after that to see where I'm at. Like I said, Bailey, the one up against the fence, has been bred before. She gave birth to Vivian at 338 days. And then she proceeded to give us Blair at 338 days. And Isla at 338 days. So she is very easy, although whatever day that falls on, I get very paranoid. She doesn't really give us a lot of signs leading up to it. She just lets me know it's going to go down. I'm very paranoid about being there for their birthings. I kind of read the signs of the mare, but I have been there for every birth in our barn. Sometimes it's easy to slip them and miss them. They are very speedy. She was very quick with Blair. By the time I drank coffee, the foal was on the ground. So she can be rather fast. Your signs for when they are about to give birth that I would look for is a lengthening of their vulva, which obviously needs to relax, stretch in order for a foal to come out. Their butt muscles or croup are going to wiggle and kind of become jello. Again, it's an area that needs to relax enough in order to pass a giant foal. They also seem to suddenly change in their bellies. You'll watch them grow these massive big bellies, and all of a sudden one day they're kind of tucked in and a little lower, and that's when the foal has gotten into the diving position and their front legs are coming up towards the horn, and they are going to be pulling out in that direction. The best way that I predict them is actually tracking their milk and udder. First off, the udders are going to get unbelievably large. When you think they are big, that is nothing. I was fooled. They are going to get about 3 times more than what you would physically want to watch an udder grow to. Next is you can test the milk. You can test it with pool strips, and when it becomes very, very basic, that is when it's turning into what's called colostrum. And that colostrum will show you that there is a foal on the way. This colostrum is very thick, it's very sticky, and oftentimes will actually leak out of the udder, forming what's called a wax tip. So at the end of the nipple is actually, we call it waxing, and that is just showing you that the mare has all the signs and symptoms. She's about to give birth. She needs colostrum, not just milk, to give the baby for the first 4 hours, but and that they are going to be on their way. It is also fantastic to test their milk because it gets you used to playing with their udder, which is extremely uncomfortable at this time, but that foal is going to be way worse than your little gentle hands nursing a drop or two out. So it's a great time to get that mare used to having you up underneath her in that back corner where you're going to end up trying to aim the foal at. And yeah, you just really need to get them used to that. It's a fantastic, very, very accurate way of measuring when they're at. However, with her, like I said, 3 for 3, those were with the same stallion, so we will see if 4 for 4 is going to be at 338, but that is going to be probably where I base my views off of her. Vivian being what's called a maiden mare, where she's never had a foal before, will be in the air. I will be sending you guys, posting updates and everything about where she is at, because I will be keeping an eye on all of those signs. Currently, I do know that both mares are in their second trimester. Geez, sorry about that. Their first one is implantation, where the little fetus actually implants onto the uterus, starts growing a placenta, starts establishing its existence, umbilical cords, and then it starts growing all of its organs. Then there are 2 stages of growth: rapid growth, which is in the second trimester where they're at right now. It's just growing, 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 growing. Vivian is about to enter her third, where they just start actually packing on size, growing hair, and all of the important things that make them fluffy and fun and adorable instead of little aliens. So Bailey's dates are going to be approximately, but most likely spot on, April 21st. It's about as late as I would possibly want a foal. I do not like having them in May, competing a foal that is pint size compared to its classmates / competition is not adorable. And Bailey is only a few days before that. April 5th is her 340 day. So that's the one that you kind of, on average, they come between 320, which is what Tilly did, up to 360, which I've never had someone make it to. So that 340, she's going to be around April 5th. I would love it if she wants to move it up a little bit. March is oftentimes very boring around here, and I would love to have them sooner, but that's about where they're at, and they're just absolutely adorable right now. You guys can see their cute little pregnancy butts munching away. They're both pregnant with the same stud, Striker, and hopefully everything goes well. So if you're curious about how the pregnancies go of them, please follow along, and that's just going to be a little hints and tricks about where we're at. So thanks for all the likes, shares, follows, all of my followers here, my fans on OnlyFans. You guys make this possible, and I hope you guys have a great day.